I live now. Cool. Hello, everybody. What's going on? Great to see you here. Yes, network marketers, affiliate marketers, those of you who have an online business or any business that you're looking for new customers, fresh leads for online. This video is for you because I'm going to talk to you about the best of the best, the top 3 simplest steps on the planet. Like, it's so simple, it's ridiculous. Okay, to avoid overwhelm in 2022, even if you're new, even if you don't have a following, even if you don't have any customers yet. And yes, this works for any business. So can't wait to dive into it. Grab your pen, grab your paper, because it's all coming up. Oh yeah, I just realized my mic's not plugged in. So y'all are probably listening to me um from a different microphone. So give me a sec. Yes. All right, let me double check here. Hold on 1 second. Move this stuff around and get me some extra cushion room here. All right. Just want y'all to have the best quality. Cool. There we go. Now you guys can hear me. All right. So like I said, we're jumping into the top 3 simplest steps on the planet in order to avoid overwhelm in 2022. This past year, that's been one of the biggest concerns. And I want to try to cover as many as I can early on in this part of the year so that you can get your solutions, get what you need in order to move forward and actually enjoy some profits in your business. Okay. So I'm actually going to split this up into a 3-part series. And we're just going to talk about the first step, the first tip today. Okay. So make sure that you set your reminders, put a timer on your phone, something, child, so to show up here, same Profitpreneur time, same Profitpreneur channel for the next few days. What's today? 5th? Bam. See, we right on time with this thing. All right. So the number one thing that you can do is build your audience up. Because here's the thing. If you're not getting the results in your business, or if you're brand new and you don't have any customers or whatever, then more than likely it's because you don't have enough traffic coming in. You don't have enough a big of enough audience. You don't have enough people taking a look and engaging with your stuff. So I want you to consider it like this. Although you don't need millions of people following you, okay, because that's not what I'm saying. You don't need millions of people following you, but the people that you do have following you or watching your videos and stuff need to be people that are highly engaged with your content. Okay. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. How do you get that ball rolling? Because I remember when I first started, and I'm, trying to build this network marketing business, it was very different from me building, my salon business and building a clientele. Very different. So, there I was trying to sell, on one hand, child, I was trying to sell makeup, right? Cosmetics and skincare. Then I turned around, I'm trying to offer them travel and all of this. I could not only rely on what's in front of me. Okay. And that's one of the first things that you're going to have to start doing. I talked about this very deeply yesterday, was about the mindset. If you want to overcome obstacles or avoid them altogether, and mind you, some obstacles you can't avoid. It's going to show up. It's called life. But no matter what happens, that you have the mindset that allows you to be able to look beyond just what's in front of you right now and have an anchor into some truth, some belief that you have that can help you withstand all of that stuff, so you can get through it, get over it, get under it, get around it, but be able to move on. And when it comes to this, if you don't have a following, you can't then look around and say, Oh, well, see, that's why I'm not successful. That's why I don't have the results I want, is because, see, that person over there, they got all those results because look, they got, 3,000 people following them. I've got zero. Well, guess what? I got 3,000 people following me right now on my personal profile. I've got like 12,000 on my business page. I've only got like, and I say only because for me, I feel like it's a small number, but I've got less than 600 people subbed to me on YouTube right now. And I've got maybe a little over 1,000 people on Instagram, and maybe same for Twitter. Listen, when I started though, I had zero. There was nobody there. I was what I like to call a tumbleweed marketer. Okay. Nobody around but me and tumbleweed. I was out there in the wilderness, tumbleweed just blowing by. And so if you feel like that, I'm here to tell you, you're not alone. It wasn't that long ago that I was in that position and I felt that way. And the reason why I'm sharing some of the numbers in terms of, who's following me is because even with those small numbers, I am still able to maintain full-time income from home. So that's what I'm saying. You don't have to grow anything super big. You just want to make sure that what you're growing is engaging with you, right? You've got loyal followers that turn into customers, right? And so you've got to start somewhere. Now, if you're new, you're probably already getting the hang of that. Like, oh yeah, makes sense. I'm going to need to, do something. I need to get out here and do something. But sometimes for those of us who've been doing this for a few months or even a few years, we're like, I don't understand why I'm not there yet. Well, it's time for you to go back to basics. And that's what I'm telling you. This is so simple. You're not having to do a whole lot of extravagant things. You don't have to, create this 12-page website. You don't have to go and create a chat bot to answer, messages on Facebook. You don't have to do all of that stuff. The things that I'm about to show you are going to be so simple. You're going to be like, oh yeah, why am I not doing these things? Because I can guarantee you, if you're not doing all three of the things that I'm going to share with you for the rest of this week, one of the things that I bring up is probably the reason why you don't have what you want just yet. Okay. So like I said, you need to start building up an audience. Now, people say that all the time. And maybe you're like I was, because I was like, what the hell that mean? I don't even get that. Build an audience. That sounds nice. Okay. Sounds like something to do, but what the hell is it? When we talk about building your audience, right, you want to think about your target audience. And again, we're starting somewhere. We got to start somewhere, right? So let me see if I still have this. Yes, I've got this available. I want to show you guys something. Okay, so let me share my screen, because I'm going to show you real quick what your sales process is going to look like. This is your pathway. You remember the yellow brick road in The Wizard of Oz, right? She had to go down that path to get where she was trying to be. Where you're trying to be in business is sales every day. Right? McDonald's would be really pissed if they made zero sales today, right? But they make billions of dollars just serving breakfast. Okay. They make a few $1,000,000 from 6 to 10 just off the coffee. Okay. So that is our goal. We're trying to get down this path to closing sales. So what does that look like? All right. So I'm just going to show you. It's a quick, simple path. You've only got 6 steps. 6. That's it. And the first step you're already doing because you're here on social media. That's how you're able to see me. All right. So let me see. Is this letting me show you guys? Yes. Okay, here we go. So I wanted to show you this. This is Val's Victory Sales Funneling Process made simple. Okay. So like I said, step number 1 is just getting on social media in the first place. Step number 2 is figuring out who your target audience is. And this is people that you believe may have an interest in your business. All right. I'm not talking about doing it the lazy way and saying, well, everybody needs my business. No, I didn't ask you who you think needs it. I'm asking you who, based on data, research, would be most likely to have an interest, right? Who is out there who has the problem right now, living with the problem that you solve with your business. See, that requires some work and even a little bit of skill. If you don't have it, if you need help with it, that's why I'm here. Okay. This is some of the stuff that I help people to get clarity on. So y'all can have that clarity, confidence, and cash flow. Hello. Okay. So now the next thing is, once you get out here, right? And this is what we're going to talk about today, taking them from target audience to suspect and possibly even a lead. So I'm going to cut through like more than half of the battle today. And then the other two are going to become easier and easier for you to do. Okay. So when you're out here, question is, how do I first attract my target audience? How do I grab their attention in the first place so that they show some kind of behavior that indicates they may be interested in my offer, right? By doing things like viewing my Facebook Live, reading my post, doing an interaction on my post or Facebook Live, like liking it, giving it a heart, a wow face, whatever, right? Or possibly even commenting on my posts or Facebook Live, right? Well, a Facebook Live is a type of post, so I'll just say post. And then how do I have them go and take the next step from not only being a suspect, right? Not only actually showing me behavior that confirms, yes, this person just might be interested, but also that they actually show me, yeah, I truly am interested. Here's my contact information. I'm giving you permission to contact me. It's like dating. It's like you're trying to figure out, okay, I want to go to one specific location to go mix and mingle with people. What people? The people that fit my type, right? My type, my target audience for dating, right? We call it a type. Then from there, finding the suspects. Who is looking at me, looking at them? Who's giving me the eye when I go there, right? So maybe I'm going to, I don't know, a club. I don't know. I don't go to clubs, y'all. I'm married anyway. I don't need all this, but I'm just giving y'all this as an example. But let's say I go to the club. That's the venue. That's the place. Just like your place, your chosen place is here on social media. Then finding your target audience, your type. Who's my type? Let me look around, see if I see anybody that's my type. If I don't, I'm out of here. I'm going to go somewhere else. But if I do, hello, I'm sticking around. And then if I see that they're also eyeing me and they're, they got some behavior that indicates they're interested. Maybe they wave, maybe they smile, maybe they send me a drink. Child, hello, right? That's a suspect. And then to take them from suspect to lead is now we're exchanging contact information. In the dating world, we'd be exchanging phone numbers, right? Or at least back in my day, that's what we did. I don't know what y'all exchange now, child. Anyway, so that's what we're going to cover today. So I just wanted to kind of give you a real world example of that. Now, why are you doing this? All right. Why are you doing it? Well, let's talk about that. Right. You're going to need to give people a reason. Right. This is why we're going to go in front of our target audience on social media. Okay. This is why we're getting ready to start talking about going out here and building an audience through the types of posts and content that we put out, as well as a few other things. Okay. But I wanted to cover this with you. The reason why you're doing it is because just because your product is so great, just because your team is so amazing, just because you're in a business with a ground floor opportunity gives no reason, no reasonable, logical reason for this person to join you specifically. What gives them a reason to join you specifically is how you behave towards them. You're going to have to give before you expect them to give, right? What do you want them to give? Their time, right? Their money, right? Because you may want them to join your team. And so if that's the case, you're going to have to give them a reason for them to join you versus anybody else out here on the planet. Now, at first, that might sound a little scary because you're like, well, damn, it's a whole lot of people out here on the planet, Val. How am I supposed to stand out from them? I'm about to show you. Your content creates that reason. Your content helps a person to decide whether they should trust you or not. And not only the content itself, but how often you're putting the content out and whether or not that content is of value to that person, meaning it's something relevant, right? Related to the problem they're going through that you claim to help solve. So many of us want to focus on, I've got a thing I want to sell. I got a thing I want to sell, that we forget that the reason why we're selling it to folks is to help them, right? It's to help solve a problem. It is to help enhance, improve their lives. That's the point of it. The point of it is not sale. The point of it is solution. Now, in order to help somebody with a solution, you got to first know what the problem is, not assume it, but know it. And then as the person finds you to be somebody they can trust, then yeah, they'll be open to hearing what you have to say in terms of what you recommend as a solution, right? But in order to get all the way down there, we got to first start in the very beginning, and that's going to be through your content. And I want you to write this down. Remember this: no trust, no transaction. If you're going around telling people, hey, look at my products, they've got these amazing ingredients from the Himalayas, buy today, I got a discount, that's not what's going to get people to buy, especially if you're only doing that because you're trying to rank advance this month, you're trying to win the trip this month. When it's all, you know what I mean? It's all about you. That doesn't give anybody a vote of confidence in you as a person and your dependability as a brand. What are you going to do about that? Right? Because you're going to have to do something. How your audience, how people come across your page and view you and perceive you, you're responsible for that. Right? So if you're posting today and gone tomorrow, if you post every day this week and you pat yourself on the back, but then nobody sees you again for the next 3 weeks, got a problem. Right? So we need to make sure that we are consistent. You're going to have to find a way to be consistent. If you can't post every day, if you can't show up for your audience every day, like McDonald's is open every day, and Wendy's is open every day, and Tiffany and Company is open every day, and Coach stores open every day. If you can't show up every day to open the doors to your store, don't be surprised when people don't show up. Because they're like, oh, I don't know when they open, when they not, child. They just do whatever. I can't trust them. That's not very professional. I'm out. Don't be surprised, because it's the way that we put out that perception. We cause the perception, right? We create our own reputation out here. And so if you're more consistent, let me give you the benefits of consistency. One of them is it helps to build that trust, right? Because if you show yourself to be someone who is trustworthy, then that will also make you transaction worthy. Because ain't nobody, quote me on this one, with my bad grammar and all, ain't nobody going to give you their hard-earned money if they don't trust you. I want you to think about where you put your money as a consumer. You put your money into the brands you trust. Some of those brands, you trust them, you trust them even though they are lower ticket items. And some brands you trust even though they're not the lowest amount, right? Some of us, we just have to have a Mercedes, right? Or we just have to have a Lexus, even though a Lexus and a Camry, same body style, right? The Lexus, what is it? The ES and the Toyota Camry, exact same body style. And yet people will pay another $20,000 for the Lexus. Why? They just got to have it. They trust that brand, even though it's the same thing. So when you're looking at stuff like that, there are certain things that you love. You may not necessarily know who owns the company or anything like that. So when I'm talking about trust, I'm talking about trusting the brand, right? What they're all about, their reputation, their identity. So in your case, as a home business owner, as a network or affiliate marketer, you are your brand. So you have to create the perception that you want of people. Hopefully, the kind of perception that you want to create is one that shows your authenticity and your compassion for your audience. the fact that you realize and you will address regularly the fact that there is a problem out here that they can relate to, and that through your compassion, you started a business to help them solve that problem. Okay. And that's why being not only putting out your content, but being consistent with your content is so important. It will benefit them because they'll feel more confidence in you as a leader, as an entrepreneur, and as a solution provider. And it also helps you because it will allow you to be able to put enough trust, show you're trustworthy enough to have the transaction. You also know the saying, practice makes perfect, right? Well, I'm not going to say practice makes perfect because nobody's perfect, right? You can do the same thing over and over again and you get better and better at it. So I'll say practice makes proficiency. You want to get to a level that you are super proficient to the point you are a professional in this industry, and you want people to perceive you as such. You don't want them to look at you like just some Joe Blow who just came up with this idea last night while you were halfway headed to dreamland, that you wanted to all of a sudden be a business owner, right? You don't want to come across like that. You want to be the person, the go-to person, the person they can trust. I'm going to share a story with you. Just a couple weeks ago, I'm just minding my business on YouTube channel. I wasn't even searching for this, but I was looking at just videos about becoming more financially responsible and, just learning more about finance and stuff like that. And I came across a few people talking about the exact same topic. This one person, though, grabbed my attention in a way that was different from the other 2 or 3 people I saw, all talking about the same thing. They had practically the same title to their video. This one person shows up consistently. This one person, just with their energy even, gave me a sense of comfort and a sense of a confidence in their knowledge, right? I felt like I could trust this person. Child, the next thing you know, I watched one more video and I subbed. I never do that. I never do that. Look, it'll take me 6 months before I sub to your channel, child. Maybe that's why it's taking me so long to grow my maybe I'm putting that energy out there. But yeah, and what it was her consistency, the fact that she really cares. It was the way that she also treated the people, her commenters, right? Her followers, her subs. So much. It was so much. So make sure that you are consistently going out here. If you're a little nervous about it in the beginning, that's okay, because it's the beginning. Of course you're going to be nervous. So many people are nervous for their first date, nervous for their first kiss, right? Nervous for the first day on the job, nervous for a job interview. It's okay to be nervous. Child, you're human. Chill. Don't worry about that. But get going. It doesn't have to be perfect. And proficiency takes time. It takes time. You're going to have to do it again and again and again. Okay? So get out there. Not only will it make you more proficient, but it makes you, that's what proficiency is. It makes you better and it makes you faster. Right? So get out there and start putting your content out. Another thing is you want to make sure that when you're putting your content out, you're not just talking about the things you feel like talking about or the things that you think will get them to buy. What you want to talk about is the things that they want to know. And this is why there's such a thing as market research. You're going to need to take the time to go and research what your target audience, your target market wants, what they need, what they're looking for, their common questions. Every business, every niche, every industry has consumers who frequently ask the same questions. So you can go out there and you can answer those questions through your content. This is why, yes, there were 4 or 5 other people out there that were talking about the same thing that this lady was talking about in terms of like credit repair or whatever. They were all talking about the same thing, but I literally clicked off one lady's video because I was like, this is boring as hell, child. I'm trying to, I need a solution, but girl, you need to bring something with this. Well, I clicked off of hers within 10 seconds of watching her video and clicked on somebody else's, right? So make sure that you're giving the people what they want. And if you know who your target audience is, do a little research. Google it. Google's going to be your best friend, especially when you're in a pinch. Go to YouTube and go search for some top influencers and leaders in your niche already who share the same target audience with you, because whatever it is that they're talking about, you can also talk about it, but you're going to be talking about it in your own unique way. So that's a major difference. Okay. And if you want tips on exactly how to do this, and better yet, how to leverage your time and energy so that you don't have to spend a lot of time figuring out, well, what kind of content am I going to create? What am I going to talk about? What am I going to do? How do I know they need it? Then stick around. Okay. Because I'm going to show you that. But yeah, do a little bit of research. Think about what problem your offer, right, the thing that you want to sell, solves. What problem does it solve? And guess what? That problem, people probably have a lot of questions around that problem. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example in just a sec. Matter of fact, let me pull this up now, because like I said, if you are looking to find more people in your target audience who not only show you that, hey, I'm in your target audience, I'm watching you, I'm thinking about following you, I may at some point buy from you, I don't know yet, but I wanted to learn more, right? So that you can take them from target audience to suspect to lead. Then what you're going to need is a lead magnet, right? You want a way to attract leads to you, right? And again, if you happen to jump in a little bit later and you want to know the definition or my definition for a lead, it was in that chart that I showed. Okay. And I'll just say it. I'll say it to you now, but if you wanted to see the chart as a visual guide to help you, just rewind a little bit. But a lead is a suspect, right? A person from your target audience whose behavior has indicated that they may be interested in your offer. But now as a lead, they're not only showing some behavior, but they're also giving you a means to communicate with them, right? So now they are confirming their interest in you by giving you a way to communicate with them. And that's what lead magnets do. It allows you to be able to collect a person's information automatically, so you don't have to sit there and manually say, hey, excuse me, what's your email? Hey, what's your phone number? Okay, what's your name again? You're not doing that. Your lead magnet is doing it for you. And you're collecting leads, hopefully every single day. Because again, you've got to build your audience. The more you're doing this, right? If you're doing this consistently, if you're doing this daily, then the more leads you can get. The more leads you can get, the better your odds of closing a sale from those leads, right? So again, the simple thing to do is build your audience. How do you build your audience? Put out content. My personal favorite, obviously, video content. Okay. Now I'm going to show you what I promised. Oh, this thing keeps going off. I need y'all to stop. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm sharing my screen again. There we go. Oh, look at me getting the hang of stuff, child. That's crazy. Okay, I'm about to click it, but first I want you to imagine being able to have a team behind the scenes working for you that is full of copywriters. And I can't tell you how powerful a copywriter is. I'm gonna need a whole video for that, right? But a team of copywriters, a team of graphic designers, and a team of tech experts putting together your lead magnet for you and creating not one, but several lead magnets that you can use to help you find some potential customers for your business, so that you can then do the other two steps that I'm going to show you over the next 2 days. Guess what? It exists. It's out there, and I'm going to show you. So now I'm going to go ahead and click my share screen here. And I want you to see this. Now, I use a system, an education platform, a community, it all rolled up into one, a whole suite of business tools that I need for my business and you need for your business. All of this is rolled up into one, and I pay a very sweet membership once a year. I'm an annual member. I do once a year, but they do also have monthly if you want to do monthly. Okay. Now I want you to see this. And let's use, what do I want to use as an example? This is good. Let's say I'm a network marketer, since that's who more than likely you're a network marketer or an affiliate marketer if you're watching me. I want you to check this out. If you're a network marketer, let me stop sharing. We got to talk some more. But I'm going to show you some really cool done for you lead magnets in here. But yeah, if you're a network marketer, hey, Colleen, hey, is that Mia on? Hello, hello, hello. If I'm a network marketer and I'm looking to build my team, that's my objective, right? So it doesn't matter if I'm a network marketer who's in a travel company, or if I'm a network marketer in health and wellness or whatever. Maybe I've made the decision that when I look at the comp plan, where I make the most money is by creating a system, just like Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant, child. Okay, we're trying to get on the right side. We're trying to get on the passive side. So I'm trying to build a system where the bigger team that I have, the more money comes in for me, which means I get to work less. In the beginning stages, when the team is just me, I'm the only person on my team right now. Yeah, I got to go out here. I got to do the work. I got to put out content. I got to set appointments. I got to have conversations. I got to close sales. But when I have a bigger team and I have things like incentives and bonuses for when somebody rank advances, or cash matches, matching bonuses and stuff like that. If I'm in a company that's like that, and I'm like, I see the potential to make much more money much faster building my team than I do from selling the products or the services, right? So I'm looking at my comp plan and I'm in travel and I'm thinking, yeah, I could offer travel packages to people, but number one, I won't get paid until after they've already gone on the trip. And most people plan their trips months in advance. We're talking 4 months, 6 months, sometimes 12 or more months in advance. So I can book them today, right? I can set everything up today, but I ain't going to see that check till 2023. Oh, nah. Right? So there's that. Or if I'm in health and wellness, you know, you sell a product, the product's like $50 and I get a 20% commission on it. Do you know how much money that is? That's $10. $10. So I'm trying to hit $10,000 a month. I'd have to do 1,000 sales a month on my own. Yeah, no, don't want that. I want a team, because if we're all building together, I don't have to close as many sales. I don't have to do so much on my own, right? So imagine that. Imagine being able to find people who have an interest already in network marketing, so that you don't have to convince them that it's not a scam, and you don't have to argue with them about it being a scam or not a scam, and you don't have to chase, beg, and convince your friends and family, because let's face it, even if every member of your family joined your business, you'd still need more people. If you want to have a sustainable business, we're going to constantly be marketing, promoting, and advertising the business. Your customer base needs to continuously grow. So don't even worry if your friends and family aren't wanting to sign up with you and join. Who cares? Hey. Oh, yeah, I got long hair today because, child, I don't feel like doing my hair. All right. So when it comes to that, how do we even start? How do we get out here on Facebook and start showing people that, yes, I'm a network marketer. I'm looking to grow my team. I'm excited about what I do. And I want people to know that if they join me, that they're going to get what they need to actually get results. Because if the person knows and understands the network marketing model, then they probably also know the statistic that 97% of all network marketers are struggling, failing, not getting the results that they wanted, right? So if you could somehow indicate to people, yes, I'm in this industry, but I help people to start their own business in this industry, and I have amazing resources to help them along the way, right? Then I could leverage this. Okay. Let's see. I got somebody on. They said, I personally find affiliate marketing much easier and better sustainable, but that's me. Yeah. You listen, you can make money with anything. Anything. So pick whatever you prefer. I don't care. Pick whatever you want that you prefer. Because if people can make money with sea monkeys, millions, in fact, if people could make money selling rocks as pets, I'm sure you can make money in affiliate marketing or network marketing with way better products. Right? So, all of that's fine. That's good. You can do whatever you want. But I want to use this as an example. You could also apply this to affiliate marketing as well. Many people these days are tapping into, well, what is that? What's behind the curtain of affiliate marketing? But the thing is this, they need to know that if they were to purchase a product, or if they were to get into the world of affiliate marketing, would they have the guidance they need to be able to be successful at it, or at least give themselves the chance to be successful at it? And that's what I'm talking about. Because again, when you are looking at Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant, the question is, how do you get from being self-employed, which is most network and affiliate marketers, they're just self-employed and there's still not any leverage there, to finally having leverage as a business owner where people are going to work for you? And maybe you could even start your own affiliate program like I have, right? So if you're doing stuff like that, this will definitely be beneficial, especially if your lead magnets have already been created for you. In some cases, companies will give you done for you lead magnets with the capture page on it, but some don't. And I personally like to be in control and be able to customize them, which is something you can do with these. So check this out. Okay. So I got one here, right? Let's say I use, let's say, oh, wait, hold on. I'm going to come over here. So let's say I want to show people that I could help them to build a team without me having to physically do it. So we all know that if a person wants to start growing their business online, they want to use a social media platform, that they're going to have to start doing what we're talking about today, building up an audience, right? They got to start from zero, start from scratch, and get out here and build that list up. Now, if a person wants to do that via Instagram, although I'm not an expert in Instagram, I don't have to be. I can point a person in this direction. Now, I can use this in a few ways. I can use this as a front end offer, as a lead magnet type of thing, where I can give them training that will help them learn how to get their own followers, leads, sales, signups fast. In other words, start growing their audience and their customer base, right? So I could offer something like this. If the person wants access to this training, right? If they fit my target audience of wanting to learn network marketing or affiliate marketing, and they want to know how to grow on Instagram, they click the button, they got to enter their info. Bam, I've just generated a lead. Okay. Now, next question is, well, how do I use this? Because I can't just say, hey, y'all, I got a lead magnet, click it. Right? We can't do that. So what exactly should I be talking about? Well, again, what problems would a person have that is new to Instagram and trying to grow a business? Right? This is true. Most of the marketers on Instagram just getting followers with no real results, no sales. And even if they are getting followers, how many of those folks are turning into leads and signups and sales and cash? That's the question, because you're in business. You're trying to bring in some revenue. It's great to be popular, but you can be popular without having to have a business. You get what I'm saying? So these are the types of things that you would talk about, right? And if you needed it, there's even training on that. So you would go into your getting started and you would learn exactly how to start using these to generate leads. An 11-minute video, 12-minute video could show you what to do, right? So these are the kinds of things that you could start doing. Now, let me give you another example as a network marketer. Let's say you're in skincare, because I actually was at one point early on. Let's say you're in skincare and you want to sell the skincare products, right? Well, who do you need? You're going to need people who are looking for skincare, right? Now, if you're like me, at my age, I'm 40 plus, right? I'm over 40. One of the things that people my age want to do, right? I'm a mom who at this point has 2 grown children, and I have a new husband, and I'm just really excited about life. I feel vibrant. I feel good. I want my skin to reflect that, right? And so I could have this done for me, already made and customizable, because I added this part here, this special bonus, but I could customize it in order to get people who are like me, people who want smoother skin, healthier skin, want to feel more vibrant than ever, right? They want to avoid sagging. They want to avoid fine lines and wrinkles, want to keep the skin tight in a natural way, right? Then they'll probably want access to this. Now, what does this do for me? It does 2 things. Number one, it's going to help me to do what we're talking about today, build up the audience. You cannot sit on your buns and say, well, I'm not making any sales because I don't have anybody. Like, I don't have a following. You have to build the following up. Okay. How much time is it going to take? Honestly, I cannot tell you, because it depends on a lot of factors, right? It depends on how consistent you're going to be. It depends on whether you're actually starting really at zero, or if you do have some potential folks that may fit your target audience. It depends on whether or not you are crystal clear on your target audience. If you're not, you're going to find yourself wandering around a bit, and you're going to find it a bit frustrating, because you're not going to get the results you want if you're confused and you don't have clarity. Because if you don't have clarity, your audience won't have clarity. The messages you deliver each day won't have clarity, right? So for somebody like me, if I were in a skincare business, I want to start conversations with people about skincare, their skincare regimen, what they've done in the past, what they're looking to do now, right? So that if in that conversation it makes sense for me to offer my stuff, I can. But only after I've determined those 3 things that I've taught you guys in my Profitpreneur group. Okay. There's 3 things that you must know before you make an offer. And you've got to discover those things. You've got to ask about those things in conversations with your prospects. But again, that's not for today. We're just talking about, how do I get them in the door in the first place? How do I start putting out content in the first place? Right? So this is definitely a concern as people age, right? So it's not just women, right? Men too. As we start getting older, we're like, okay, how do I preserve this fineness, right? How do I preserve it? And those are the types of topics I'm going to start talking about, right? Taking better care of me as a whole, taking better care of my skin, my hair, like everything, living in a more holistic way even, right? So that depends on what your brand message is, right? What is your micro story? And again, if I'm throwing out terms that you're not quite familiar with, this is why you definitely got to get on my newsletter, get on Val's Victory VIP list, so I can help you cover these things, because these are the things necessary to build up that profit. Okay. All right. So you have things like that you could start using. Now I'm going to give you one more bonus tip, since I got a few more minutes before we go. And that is what I mentioned to you earlier. Let me show you how you can do that, just using Facebook. Okay. Now, first things first, growing this audience, right? Again, you've got to be crystal clear on what your target audience is, who they are. And not only the demographic type stuff, right? They're this age range and they live in this area. More than that, the psychographic too. Let's go deeper into their beliefs and values that they hold, as well as what brought them to the point that they have this problem right now. How'd they get here? A lot of people don't think about that. And this is why they go straight to trying to sell stuff, because they're like, oh, well, I don't know what their problem is, but I know I've got this for them, right? We don't want to do that. We want to make a human connection, a genuine connection with people. This is how you not only get the customer, but you get the loyal customers. You have to give a damn about them. You have to care. If you don't care, get out of business. Okay. So if you are thinking about that, right? And let's use this example of skincare. Who would I be looking for? I'd probably be looking for somebody very similar to myself, right? A 40+ woman with children around, the college age, the empty nester age. Let me see. I'd be looking for women who obviously care about their health as well as beauty, right? So they don't necessarily have to be interested in makeup, right? Because this whole debate about makeup and the purpose of makeup makes no sense to me. But if you want to wear it, put it on. If you don't, whatever. You're not a better person if you don't wear it. You're not a better person if you do. I don't understand. Anyway, that's my thing. So I'm going to start thinking about that. I'm going to think about why this woman has arrived at these thoughts in her mind, right? And she's probably thinking some of the thoughts that I've thought myself. I remember having my kids young. I had them in my early 20s, right? I had my daughter at 20, I had my son at 24, and then I was like, that's a wrap. I'm done, right? And I thought to myself, oh man, by the time I'm in my 40s, my kids will be grown and I still have plenty of time to go live life and go travel and do all the stuff I want to do. I'm feeling good. Life is good. I'm still young. I want to stay feeling young and looking young, right? Maybe those are the things that she's thinking about. So now I can go and start looking around for where women like that are already hanging out. My first stop, Facebook. And the reason why Facebook is my first stop is because, number one, it is the biggest social media platform by far on the planet. Why wouldn't I plant myself right in front of as many people in my target audience as I possibly can, right? Number two is because Facebook has a lot of tools that I can use for my business. They may not have been intended to be for a business, but I get to leverage them. And it's all free, right? So, for example, Facebook groups. I can now go into a Facebook group, right? Well, I can go and do a search for Facebook groups that fit my target audience, right? So I'm looking for women 40 plus, excited. I'm looking for women empty nesters. I'm looking for 40 plus women who care about their health and want to give out, health and beauty tips. I'm looking for stuff like that, right? Possibly even more specific women in my area or something like that. It's up to you. What do you want? And of course, I'm just throwing out this idea, but what really helps everything come together and helps you to become super specific on exactly where to look on Facebook is creating what we call your micro story. Okay. So super duper important. Now, let me share with you how you start doing this thing. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna share my screen again. Child, check this out. And this is just one look, this is just one platform and just one tip on how you can find countless leads. Okay. So check this out. And I gotta actually show it on the stream. Okay. So here I am, right? Now notice when you're on your profile, right? When you're on Facebook, there's a search bar. Now, what a lot of people do is in the search bar, they'll type in, I don't know, people's names or stuff like that, specifics that they're looking for. But did you know when you put in a search, it'll help you find the most relevant matches for every area, whether it's a person, a page, or even a group. So if I'm looking for 40 plus moms, 40 and over moms, let's see how close Facebook gets me to this. Okay. We don't have the empty nester part. So I'm going to start off by just leaving that out, and I'll just do a second search after for empty nester moms, right? So I'm doing a search for 40 and over moms, and look at my filters. I can come down and select groups. Now, why am I selecting groups? I'm selecting groups because, again, I'm looking for a place to go and plant myself in front of a massive audience already. And I'm going to be doing this while I am also building my followers on my profile from scratch. As a brand new person, I am not going to go on a business page. Not yet. Why? Because these days on Facebook, building your business page is a pay-to-play type of thing. They want businesses to pay them to be seen. Why do that when I can use my profile? Here's the thing about using your profile, though. Don't think you can get on here and use your profile to sell, and offer a bunch of stuff. You have to use your profile personally. And since your brand is you, the person, you can still market yourself, promote yourself in a manner that people actually get to learn and know you and trust you. So that when you mention to them, I have a business or this is what I do, that people will ask you more about it off of your profile into Messenger, or even if they do ask on your profile, they approached you with it. And that is okay under Facebook's policies. Okay. But they don't want you trying to put, advertisements out there on your profile. They want you to be social on their social media platform. Okay. And there's a whole lot more I could say about it, but that's why you need to get on my, so you got to get on my email list. Okay. So I'm looking at these different women groups. I could join any one of these moms over 40, even toddler moms over 40, right? They got a lot of energy that they got to burn, right? They got to make sure they got some energy. So if you were in health and wellness and you had products that helped with overall health, including an energy boost, these would be great groups to go into, of course, right? So stuff like that. The no excuse mom over 40, I don't know. But what about if you go into these groups, right? What you're not going to do is be that person. You know who I'm talking about. The person that joins a bunch of groups just to go in here and say, hey, you guys should really check out my products. Don't you do that. Don't you do that. And don't you dare tell nobody that Val told you to do that, because I just said don't do that. Okay. What you're going to do is get social. And you're going to ask questions when you put up your post. You're going to talk about the topics that relate to skincare. But you're not going to go out and say, hey, y'all, I got skincare products. Hey, do you know how important it is to take care of your skin? Hey, did you know your skin is the largest organ on your whole body? Don't nobody give a about that. They don't care. What they want to know, what they want to talk about are the things that are of interest to them. Now, as a 40 plus woman, I realize right here is the cutoff point. Right here is where so many people start saying, oh, once you hit 40, this starts to happen. You start to lose your collagen, or your elastin starts to deteriorate and all this kind of stuff. I know that. And I know that's going on in people's minds, but I want to have them tell me that. So I'm going to go into the group and maybe ask something like, what's the least thing that you're looking forward to turning 40, right? Or being over 40? Or, what's your, how do you manage to have like a nighttime skincare routine while you're also trying to get the kids in the bed? Or do you find that you neglect your own, health and beauty to have to take care of them? These are the types of topics that I'd probably bring up in groups like this if I offered skincare to people, right? Then when the women start talking to me about it, the people in my comment section that mention that, oh, I'm looking for something, oh, I need that, those are the folks that I can go and email. Those are the ones that I can go and send a private message to or a friend request to and spark up a conversation with them to talk a little more about skincare. And to say, well, I actually have this amazing report. It's a little PDF that you can check out with some great tips for skincare, and maybe this will help. And at least now you have a lead. Now, what do you do with the lead? We talk about that tomorrow and the day after. Okay. So another thing that you can do, and I got 4 minutes to tell you, 3 minutes now. Another thing that you can do is you can simply go to YouTube. Okay. So you head on over to YouTube and see if you can find something like beauty influencers. This may be a better question for Google than it is for YouTube. So let's try that. You can use Google, like I mentioned. Beauty influencers over 40. Look, Google, type that in for me. Bam. Hell yeah, I'm going to look for that. Right? Listen, 45 over 40 beauty YouTubers. Now I can go and look as many of these women up as I want to. Right? And let's say I look for one. Let's look for this hot and flashy chick. Right? So now I'm going to look for her. Boom. Hot and flashy. Now I'm going to her channel. Look at how many subs she's got. You don't get this many subscribers by putting out content that is irrelevant, that the target audience doesn't want to know. So let me get some tips from this chick. I'm visiting her page, right? So I'm taking a look. Never would have thought, if I'm in the skincare industry, how to look good on your video calls. Maybe one of the tips that I give them is make sure you're taking good care of your skin. And then I could talk about makeup. That will be an optional step, a tip for them. Then I could talk about the lighting, the video quality, the angle at which I have my video, all of that kind of stuff. Hello, somebody. Hello, somebody. Okay. So you can look through here for some content ideas. You can even watch some of their content, not to rip it off, but to get inspiration for the types of things you want to talk about. Right? She's talking about, look, evening anti-aging skincare routine. Didn't I just talk about that in the group that I said I was going to join, right? Oh my gosh. So these are the kinds of things that will get people talking about the topic that you have a solution for, right? I'm looking through, look, she's got playlists. Oh my gosh. Even hair care and all that kind of stuff. So depending on what your niche is, you can start following these same types of tips. And hopefully now you can see why, spending time with a coach will help you with things that perhaps you hadn't thought of before, or maybe you thought of it, but you didn't know how to go about doing it. This is why coaching is so freaking important. Get yourself one in 2022. And if you want me to be that coach for you, I'm here. I got packages, child. This is my website. Get on the email list and we'll talk more about it. Okay. Anyway, we spent a full hour on here today, and I still have more stuff that I could share with you, but we're out of time for today. And I so appreciate you for being here. I really hope that this video helps you, right? I gave you step-by-step, in-depth direction on exactly how to start growing your audience, the concept behind it, as well as some practical steps for you to take next, including ways to leverage the work that you're going to have to do on a daily basis anyway, right? Just to make it easier on yourself. So what are you waiting for? If you would like a $10 10-day trial into MLSP, which is where I was showing you those done for you lead magnets, and you want to check out some of those for yourself, feel free. Spend some time inside of that community. That community completely helped me to transform my life. Okay. And so $10 is definitely a really great investment. And even if you come in, you check them out for 10 days and you don't love it, you can always get your $10 back. So drop a 10 inside the chat. If you would like access to that, I will personally reach out to you and make sure that you get it. And if you're looking for coaching, again, just visit ValerieWalton.com. Information will be on there for you. I can't wait. I cannot wait to see how you just blow up inside of 2022. Thanks again. Keep this super simple on yourself. You only need one lead magnet, and you will have a flood of content that all points to that lead magnet. How much simpler can it get by going to somebody else's channel who's already an influencer and getting some ideas, right? Some inspiration from that. How much simpler can it get to use a free tool like YouTube and Facebook to be able to, go on into a Facebook group and find your entire audience there already. Done for you audience. It's perfect. A done for you fan base already there. That's how we keep things simple in 2022 so that you can finally thrive. And again, if you need more clarification on something, if you need my assistance, I'm happy to help you with that. Thanks again. And I'll see you same Profitpreneur time, same Profitpreneur channel, live at 5. Bye.